Spider-Man Beyond the Spider-Verse is most likely delayed for years. Ah, that hurt my leg. It was originally set to release in March of 2024, but due to a recent development, it is extremely unlikely that that is going to be the case. The newly released Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse is a masterpiece, with every scene being beautifully animated and very unique. The movie left everyone speechless, somehow even being better than the original movie, which is hard to do. This new release ended with an insane cliffhanger that left viewers thrilled to see the next movie. And when we figured out that we only had about 8 months to wait for the next movie, we were thrilled because the last 2 movies took about 4 years to make. But unfortunately, 100 animators just quit working for the movie. Apparently behind the scenes, they're working 11-hour days, 7 days a week. Basically, they have no personal time. Family? Forget about it. We're making a Spider-Man movie.
If you enjoy movies like Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, you should care about the conditions under which it was made. Because if movies like this are made unsustainably, if they churn through a bunch of talented artists, that means fewer movies like this will get made in the future.
Now, the artists were sort of okay with working in these long hours, but the main reason that they quit is because they were forced to redo their work over and over and over. They'd build something good, and then they would have to knock it down, and then build it again, over and over and over and over and over again.
The hardest thing on the animators has not been working 11 hours a day, 70 hours a week. It's been the wasted work and the frustration of putting in that many hours just to see it changed or thrown away.
This left them really demotivated, and that's why they quit. Crisscross applesauce. The voice actor for the character Gwen also just recently said that they have yet to record their voice line. A lot of people assumed that the movie was being worked on while the first one was being worked on, but it turns out that because of some sudden last-minute changes, they didn't really have any time to start developing the next one while working on the last one. This movie is the final movie in this trilogy. It's the end of Miles' story. And if this movie is anywhere close to as good as the last 2, it'll be a masterpiece. And well, I personally don't want this movie to be rushed. Sure, I'd like to see this movie as soon as possible, but I would prefer if the movie was perfected as the last 2 instead of being rushed out and released. Especially since it's the final movie, I really want to make sure that this story gets a proper ending. And it's also very important that the animators are treated fairly and get personal time for themselves. Someone from behind the scenes recently did an interview and said the following. They announced that Beyond the Spider-Verse will be released next March. I've seen people say, oh, they probably worked on it at the same time. There's no way that that movie is coming out then. There's been progress on the pre-production side of things, but as far as the production side goes, the only progress that's been made on the third one is any exploration or tests that were done before the movie was split into 2. I hope it doesn't take them too long to actually get the movie going, but I am very excited to see the movie, regardless of when it comes out. I just hope that they perfect the movie as the last couple have. As I said, the last 4 movies took about 4 years to produce, so we can probably expect that this movie is gonna take a similar amount of time. I wouldn't be surprised if we're seeing about 4 years on this movie as well. But I guess it just depends on how long it takes them to either get their animators back or get new ones or whatever it is. We should expect to see this movie probably on a similar timeline to the last 2. I think that Sony will take the necessary time to produce the movie in a way that gives it justice. Hi, Susie. This is Susie. Susie, what do you think about Spider-Man? Anyways, thanks for watching this video. Very unfortunate news, but not quite as unfortunate news as I explained in this video. Go watch. Bye!